feel very ashamed. Like this process was not a happy process. It was not painful, but it was a shameful process.
You felt it was shameful?
I did not share with anyone. I never told anyone that I've started my menses. I would, niende duka, nibaki na 5 bob, 10 bob, kusanye. I buy my sanitary towels. So sometimes, because you only have like 50 shillings, you only buy that one pack.
Yes.
So that means you can't survive with one pack.
Yeah, you can't.
Welcome to the Bold Path podcast, where we lean into inspiring stories of entrepreneurs. I am your host, Jemimah. Before we get to our episode today, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, for subscribing, for following. I see all of you and appreciate you for being on this journey. I see all your comments, and I really, really deeply appreciate you being here and that you're finding value in the work that you're doing. So today we are joined by another awesome guest, as always. Jemimah is a person who has decided to, find a solution to the issues we've been speaking here on women and their reproductive health. There are things we don't get to hear as much, and I'm so happy that you did approach me, because these are questions we are having, but we don't even know where to ask. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Please tell us who you are.
Hi, my name is Jemimah Nzisa. I am a fibroids warrior. I'm an entrepreneur in the journey of making life for women easier, especially when it comes to menstruation and reproductive health. Yes.
What inspired this?
It's my personal journey. It's from experience. Of course, they say you have to go through a test for you to have a testimony, and for you to offer a solution to the world. Most of the people I see, they have to go through something in order for them to come up with a solution.
Sure.
And for me, it was the same. Yeah.
So before we even get to know the experience, probably just to get an idea, was an entrepreneurship the way you thought your life would lead up to? Was this like, kuna wale watu wanasemanga mi siwezi andikwa na mtu, lazima nifanye biashara. Was this something that you always had, or it came about because of the circumstances?
It came about because of the circumstances. That's not what I thought I would end up doing and become so passionate about. For me, growing up, I always wanted to be a nurse.
Yes.
Interesting. I always loved how they dress up on those white dresses, the kakapia. Yeah. So I used to admire that. Yeah. And of course, I have this heart of like helping someone who is going through pain. So I guess maybe it was just aligned somehow, just that it had to take a different direction, but still on the same thing. Yeah, but I never thought that I'd be on the entrepreneur side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what exactly transpired? What is this experience that led you towards this, and now getting to that process of even turning it to a business?
For me, it's a story that I've said so many times, but I have no problem with it because I believe every time I speak about it, I'm speaking to a woman who has not heard about it before. Yeah. So growing up as a young girl, of course, when you start your period, for me, I started my periods at 13 years old. Okay. And it was painful. Like the pain was unbearable. I could go for 7 days with heavy bleeding.
At 13?
At 13.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And not everyone understood. Actually, I would say 90% of the people around me didn't understand what was really going on with me, because at school, it's normal. Other girls are having their menses vizuri. So what's so special about you? Because I remember even there's a time I was on live, I think, beginning of this month. There's a girl who went to school together, and she was telling me how they used to talk about me like, why does it have to be like this for her? Like they knew every month I have to be out of class for 3 days. I'm admitted at the hospital. I'm on drips because I couldn't eat. I dehydrate. I vomit. Like it was just bad.
Like a full-on pregnancy.
Yes.
Gosh.
Yes. The flow was bad. I could even wear diapers. Like pads haziwezi shikilia that kind of flow, because it comes with heavy clothes. The flow is a lot. And I did not understand what was happening with me, honestly.
And what did the doctor say?
Anytime you go to the hospital, because of the pain, like my parents and my brother were so concerned, they really wanted to know what the problem was. So anytime I could go to the hospital, I was just injected painkillers, and I'm told it's normal. This pain is normal to every woman. It's going to disappear when you give birth.
When will you give birth?
When will I give birth?
Yeah.
Are you kind of telling me to, because I want the pain to go. So is that the only solution?
Yeah.
So they made it look normal.
Yeah.
And for me, I said it's normal because everyone says it's normal. Even when I go to the hospital, hapa ndio nafaa kupata the solution, but they say it's normal. Wamesema ni normal. So
my friend Janet, when we were teens, she used to have like really painful periods where she would even lie on the floor the whole night. She's sleeping on the floor.
Yes.
I guess the cold of the floor.
Because the tummy already, it's hot. So you want somewhere cold.
I did not understand it, honestly. I don't think I gossiped or anything, but I just did not understand it. I'd never seen it. I've been among the lucky ones who don't have issues with their menses.
Yeah.
But mine was the other different kind where I would feel very ashamed. Like this process was not a happy process. It was not painful, but it was a shameful process.
You felt it was shameful?
I did not share with anyone. I never told anyone that I've started my menses. I would, niende duka, nibaki na 5 bob, 10 bob, kusanye. I buy my sanitary towels. So sometimes because you only have like 50 shillings, you only buy that one pack.
Yes.
So that means you can't survive with one pack.
Yeah, you can't.
For
the whole cycle. So
even carrying pads for me was really shameful. In school, I would not even change. To an extent now, it soils your dress and you're in school. So people really don't understand what's wrong with you. Look very unhygienic. But for me, it's because I felt like this is very shameful. I don't know what to do with it or where to put it. Like, why do you even have periods? Now, you see, this is the other side where you have the support, but it's a very painful process. So how long did this go for?
For me, it went for 13 years.
So you would continuously go to hospital every month?
Yes. And it interferes with your... It interferes with your daily routine, especially school.
Yes.
You see, now for me, I never used to go to, like, for the 7 days, 3 days were guaranteed. I won't be in class. And I'll be admitted.
So what did that even do to your mental health, like I'm thinking your blood levels? It affects you overall.
Yeah, when you bleed that kind of bleeding, you end up becoming anemic, first of all. Every time you are always unasikia tu kizunguzungu, you faint sometimes, and you don't eat properly. Yeah. So you're weak. Generally, you're weak during the whole cycle. And also, I felt ashamed kinda because I used to mess myself a lot because umevaa tu pad within an hour it's soaked. So for you, I understand there's this side of you don't want even people to know that you're having periods.
Even my best friend.
And you didn't have this kind of conversations with your friends to ask them, did you start me?
Even at this age, it's easier for me to have this conversation with you than it is for me to have it with my friend. Hey, even now.
Me, you'll hear till we are just somewhere, wamekuja. Like, I'll tell you, like, you will know.
I would
You will know.
I don't know. Like, even in marriage, it's very hard for me to even tell my husband, my menses are coming or I'm on my menses. Like, it has to be, maybe we have to have sex so that now I have to tell him, but I don't find this to be like an easy conversation for me to have. I don't know when that will ever change or if it will change.
It has to. It has to change. It has to change because now I can imagine also that's a kind of trauma on its own.
Yes, on its own.
On its own.
Yeah.
Kuna hii yenye we are struggling with pain out here, and there's the one that you can't even speak about it, yet it's a normal thing that it's happening to every woman.
I'm trying with my daughter because now she's 9. anytime now.
She'll be there.
Starting early. So you've had that conversation. I'm also trying to, sometimes we carry or we give trauma to our kids without knowing. So I can already tell she's having that issue of talking about it. So I'm making it like a daily conversation, putting the pads everywhere for her to be able to see this is a normal thing. She has like a pack. You can tell your dad. So I'm trying for it not to repeat the same cycle.
Yes.
But you can tell kuna ka bit of, but you're trying.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want her to like,
Exactly.
anangangana pia she's saving little to get herself. But you would want her to tell you, Mom, I've started my periods, and you'll be so proud to buy the
Yes.
And this is something that for the longest time, it's a woman's thing. Me, I appreciate when I see dads or men stepping up in a way that they are willing to support the women, the daughters, the wives, the girlfriends, the women in their lives, even work colleagues. So for me, this thing, it had a troll on me, honestly, because I remember I have a brother who we are like just 1 year apart. So we had to transfer schools, and we had to do these interviews for you to be able to go to the next class. For me, I was on that space second that day.
Oh, God.
Which is usually the craziest. The pain is too much and the flow is crazy. So I remember just telling the teacher, me Rosafi, I'll repeat. I can't do the interview. I'll repeat. And so my brother did the interview and he passed. So you can imagine, you can't tell someone to repeat Form 1. At know that they cannot catch up with you. So he had to catch up with me. We were in the same class as the firstborn. So that kind of made me feel, hey, my younger brother tuko in the same class, unajua. So, and also he was a bit, nitaisemaje, when it comes to academics, he's better than me somehow. So you're in the same class, your younger brother is doing better than you in class and all that. So you can imagine vile ilikuwa inafanya ni feel. I wasn't comfortable. I think my trauma started from there.
Oh, no.
And also prefects not understanding why I have to be late, like almost all the time. I can remember I was punished. I was told to kneel down on a rocky surface. Kneel down because nimechelewa kukuja class. So you're in the washroom, the flow is crazy, the pain is bad, you're being told, run to class, do this and this. You can't.
Oh my God.
You run in a splash. Unajua, I remember I knelt down on that rocky surface while my ilipita hadi sasa, I could feel it on my thighs. Yeah, so nilitoka hapo, kama nimeambia that prefect, I have to go to the washroom and change. Na nimetoka kuchange. But now I came running. Yeah, I came running because naambwa run to class. So it wasn't good, honestly. I used to hate periods. I hated periods for the longest time of my life. Until now, 13 years later, in 2016, I'm working now. And so a colleague asks me, have you ever tried to do something called ultrasound? What is an ultrasound? Akanambia, it's a scan yenye inafanywa, it's inafanywa kwa, you see a specialist, daktari wa wanawake anaitwa gynecologist, and you do a scan and you talk about gynecological issues like women issues, and I'm like, hii time yote sijaijua kitu kama hii. Like,
so all this time, no one even tried to recommend you to a gynecologist?
No one.
No, which facility was this that you used to go to? Was it Ushago or in Nairobi?
My dad is a pastor, so unajua most of the time wanapewa transfers.
Yes.
So I can't say it was Ushago. We were in urban areas. So you go to the hospital, like ini kitu imekuwa normalized na it's assumed ni normal. Women have to go through pain. That is what I think, that is the notion that imekuwa kwa hospitali like all that time when I was going through that. And so being a young girl, they are like, itaisha tu akiendelea kukua mkubwa.
And I think this happens because we do not have enough research done for women. We are now seeing it happening, but not even at the magnitude that we'd want it to be.
Yeah, of course.
It's still very low compared to the researches that are done on men. And I think that's why we are here, where we have to find solutions to our own issues. Think of these solutions on our own. Know your body on your own without even a healthcare provider helping you in this process. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. So when did it all change? What happened? Did you go now to the gyna?
Yes, I did, because at that time I was tired. Like, it's just too bad because you're employed. Sometimes employer hata hakuelewi. They're like,
How did you even... Now you left high school and even went to college or uni?
That was primary, high school, same thing. College, same thing.
What is pushing you? Because I would think what's a shule kai? Like ni kama hii shule na hii ni kama what kept you going? Like what is
I think
this?
ilifika tu point nikajiambia it is what it is. I can't change it. Maybe this is how society views the pain when women go through. For me it was normal until when it came to a point and it was like ikitu si normal.
Like, also you had been told it's normal,
yeah, it's
to
normal.
The point ulikuwa ushakubali.
Nimekubali sasa. Nilikuwa najua tu hizo 7 days zikifika it's hell on earth but I have to go through it. Do what will you do? For all these years sijaipata solution. So what is going to change right now? Like it got to a point that my brother used to move from his bedroom to the guest room because my room and his zilikuwa zinashikana. Nakwambia pia nikianza nitapiga nduru the whole night. I'll be screaming, I'll be on the floor. Nitakuwa sijui wapi. Anaeka earphones anasikia msichana hapa anahama anaenda kwa guest room. So you can imagine the kind of trauma. Like ananiambianga hadi wale like he always joins my lives. Like wewe umenifanyisha maneno. Like he knows the story. Like ushafikile you can't hide. Akijioni tunanyesha. Ukikutana na padi yangu sitting room. Hii ni ya Jemimah mwekee vizuri. Like I didn't hide. Unataka kuficha lakini uwezi. It was too much. So for me now when I went to the ilifika point hadi now boss wangu anashanga nini nakwanga shida na msichana. So the lady mwenye we were so close there so mimi nilikuwa namwambia mimi kesho sitaweza ama niko job but nimelala the entire time, nimemeza dawa imekata, namwambia then go to the chemist nidunge hata diclofenac nidunge na itanikalisha tu for 3 hours pain irudi tena. So I had to go and see a gynecologist. Nika Google kwanza the best hospital that I can go to, and I also talked to my dad because your time unajua you don't have that kind of money pia, so I had to kudandia medical cover yake and yake ilikuwa ya Aga Khan Hospital. So I went there, I saw a gynecologist for the first time, nikafanyiwa scan and the gynecologist tells me you have fibroids. Fibroids. And it's not one. The biggest is around 7 centimeters and multiple others. And you also have a cyst on your left ovary. Nkamza fibroids ni nini? Sasa ni explanation na diagrams na kierere ya Google. Jesus. Fibroids are monsters. Hizo vitu zinakaa vibaya. They are ugly.
So what exactly is this fibroids?
Fibroids, they are non-cancerous tumors that grow in the uterus. They are a bit solid, fatty kinda masses, and mostly they affect Black women. Around 60 to 80% of women will experience fibroids by the time they are 50. And I was among them before I was even 30. Yeah, so they are just tumors. They are non-cancerous, but they are a bit fatty kinda, and they grow in the uterus.
So not in the vaginal canal?
No. But depends. We have different types of fibroids. We have the ones that are at the back of the uterus. Others are inside the muscles of the uterus. We have others near the cervix. Now those ones, they are the ones that cause painful sex. Yes.
So you should also not ignore painful sex?
No. You shouldn't. Yes. Okay, my story, jeez. You should not ignore because they have. We have the subserosal, submucosal. There are 4 types of fibroids, depending on where they are located. So the ones near the cervix, they are the ones mostly cause the painful sex, of course, because of the penetration. Yeah. And
the cyst?
The cysts are usually on the ovaries. So we have PCOS, PCOS, and we have the ovarian cysts. So for the PCOS, mainly, they are hormonal related. Whereby unaweza get the male hormone kind of dominate when it comes to women.
Testosterone?
Yes. That's why you can see some women, they have the beards and all that. But now the ovarian cyst, they are sac-like 2 bags filled with fluids. They are usually maybe on or inside the ovaries.
Wow.
Yes.
So how can you tell for a lay person, I don't have the medical background. I don't even know these names. How do I even tell what, when should I go to the hospital? Because I can't tell really, but when should I? What is that thing when it's triggered, I should go to a gyna, specifically a gyna?
Yes. For me, the first thing is excess pain. Too much pain is not normal. And there's this, when you have in periods, there's the normal pain. Of course, the uterus lining is coming off. Yeah. So kuna the discomfort, the back pain, a little that you can manage. But too much pain that will take you off your duties. You can't go to school, you can't work, you can't even do vidu kidogo like washing utensils, like you just want to sleep, that kind of pain. If it happens once, twice, go see a gynecologist. Okay. For me, I call it know your uterus because you never know what's there. Yeah. And some things, when you catch them earlier, the better it will be for treatment. Because if it's an endometriosis, for example, endometriosis has stages. It's like cancer. When you get it at stage 1, it will be easier to treat. Stage 2, better. It will also be easier to treat. But stage 3 and 4, now when it starts spreading, it might be difficult. Hapo tu ni managing. Having a way of managing maybe the pain, probably, because now hiyo ndio inakuanga to the crazes, the pain and the flow. Yeah. You might not even control the spreading, but you will control how you feel during your periods and maybe during your normal life. And that mostly is the pain and the flow. Hizo tu ndizo maybe mostly you can manage, especially ikiwa imeenda sana. So me, I always advise women, the more you realize this pain is not normal, because there are others, when they start their periods, it's normal. Yeah. No pain, no nothing, nothing. But on the way, una realize, nowadays nakuwa na cramps mbaya. What's happening? Happens once, twice, go. At least just do a scan. Know your uterus, it won't harm. Yeah. Ukipata hakuna kitu, then good. Yeah. But if there's something, you might catch it early. Yeah. And it will be easier to treat. Yeah. So pain, excessive bleeding. If you're going for over 5 days with your periods, others could be that 5 days, but the flow is bad. Those are signs to look out for. And also now the painful sex and all that, even that one. No, kwa cervix kuna kitu yenye inafanya hiyo pain kwa, because it's not like it's a whole hollow thing. It's just a small canal. So you need to also do that, maybe through a pap smear or an ultrasound. Just go tell a gyna, I feel this and this. And also now when we go to the hospital, I also want the doctors to also explore all the methods. Unajua isikue tu ni scan peke yake, kuna kitu you might not see over the scan, but when you do a pap smear you can notice it. Do now hormonal contraceptive play a role somehow? Because sometimes when you're on hormonal contraceptive, you're thinking maybe ni shindano inanikataa, ni implano inanikataa. Unibena kuangalia.
Madam, please.
Please, what are you saying? Now, this is the greatest enemy of women. Yeah. Aki. I know tutaki kuzaza. Yeah. But that is the greatest enemy of the women. Contraceptives.
My God, what are you saying?
Yes. Greatest enemy. I don't know where to start. But
so is it a contributor? Is it?
It's a main contributor also. Like apart from genetics, kuna vitu like fibroids, kuna this got genetics. Yeah. Your mom had it, your grandma had it, so chances are you might get it. Yeah. Achana yo genetic. Kuna others that zina contribute to watuna environment. Do you know plastics can interfere with your hormones vibaya sana? Whatever we breathe out here, whatever we are eating. Na ukuja kwa contraceptives, hizo ni zingine zinaharibu hormones. Like hormones will go all everywhere. Now, sijaielewa. And I asked my doc some time back. Lakini nifanye tu ni understand. When I'm having these crazy periods and I'm on pain, sawa, you give me a contraceptive to balance my hormones. Yes. How am I going to balance my hormones using a contraceptive that is supposed to interfere with your hormones ndio usipate mimba? Because when you have hormonal imbalance and everything is okay, you get pregnant. Yeah. But what does this contraceptive do to you? It confuses your hormones so that you cannot get pregnant. How is it supposed to help align mine when I'm having painful periods?
What did the doctor say?
It works.
Somehow
he told
it just
me,
works.
Yeah, somehow it works. but sijaielewa.
Okay.
Yes, but contraceptives, whether ni ya kudunga, the tablets, they are just like, how would I say, when it comes to women reproductive health, they're the greatest enemy.
So you'd better opt for non-hormonal, like the IUD.
It's safer,
the coil.
It's good, but sometimes inaleta infections. Inaleta infections.
So what is the alternative? Because honestly, we don't want to have children.
You withdraw or ama wanaume tusaidie. Lakini so bas whatever. Hiyo
Vasectomy.
Nasema tusaidie.
You might not want kids now, but you might want them later. So I might not want it now, the next probably 5 years, but after 5 years,
you want the babies now.
Anyway, that's a whole conversation on its own.
I know, and that's it's huge, honestly. Me, Aki, when it comes to family planning and all that, I don't know. Me naonanga women, we carry a lot,
yes,
but what do we do?
Yeah. Okay, so now at least we know what are the signs and symptoms for you to go see a gyna.
Yes.
Any pain, excessive bleeding, don't assume it's hormonal imbalance.
Yeah.
Don't self-diagnose. Go get that that professional advice.
Yes.
For you to, have an idea of what is happening.
Yes.
Just don't assume and stay with pain as if it's something that is normal. Pain is not normal when it comes to a woman.
No. Gone are the days whereby this thing was normalized and we couldn't talk about. For the longest time, menstruation has been a taboo.
Yes.
Unaongea nini mbele ya watu damu.
Yeah.
Women were not even allowed to go to church.
Yeah.
Cooking, because when you're on your periods, we are termed to be dirty.
The other one that used to really affect me ni tusiende uone mtoto mdogo ukiwa on your periods, utamshika anaweza kufa. That one I've never
really?
I've never, as in, that child is because I did not have a period. Ndio sababu amekuja. Otherwise, bila period
angepatikana. Ni ukweli by the way, angekuwa tu another period.
So now you go through all this, you get to a gyna, you've done the scans, you're told you have fibroids. What happens now?
The next step is surgery.
And it's fibroids and cysts.
Yes, it's a fibroid and a cyst. So I was made to feel like urgent. It's urgent.
Yeah.
You need that scan. You need that surgery to remove the fibroids. They are big. And of course, they disorient your uterus. Inafaa ikuwe hivi, unapata mara inafaa sijui aje, kuna kibamp huku, kibamp kingine huku. So most of the time for people who have fibroids, they will always have a pot belly. Unakaguni kama uko na mimba ya miezi 3 hapo 4. Haitaiisha because it can form. You look pregnant and you are not. When they are big and depending on where they are located. Simekwambia kuna ziko nyuma. So kama iko side ya mbele ama tu kwa muscles vizuri, utakani kama uko na ball. Mimi sijai kosa kuwa na pot belly. I've always had a kapoti.
Even when you are skinny?
Yes. You'll see it.
Wow.
And now that is even because I remember when nikiwa after college, I went for a certain internship or a certain radio station because I've done mass communication and journalism. So I was a radio presenter. I remember tulikuwa tunakusana sana na huyo mdosi wangu. Every month alikuwa anasema nimetoa mimba.
Oh my God. Was he a man?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Every month ilikuwa.
Please, maybe as a man you should not even have an idea or an opinion when it comes to women matters, not unless you're a gyna or a doctor.
No, not unless and also you understand. When we are
don't just make assumptions.
Yeah, this kind of awareness, at least men are like, now I understand.
I had a friend, she had, I think, several miscarriages. And the first one was really hard because when she went to a facility, the doctor told the husband or the partner that true ni kama ametoa mimba, si miscarriage.
No, that is the doctor saying that.
The doctor actually did not tell her, told the man.
Imagine.
You don't want to know what she went through. And that was not the only pregnancy she lost. So this man is thinking every time you have a pregnancy, unikutoa umetoa. So what does that do? Like,
especially when you hear it from a doctor,
just don't talk. There are so many harms that you do and really took a toll on that partnership and that marriage for so long. I hope they're in a better place now. We don't talk a lot, so I don't know. But it really took a toll on that marriage. Even the time the baby was coming, akukuwa na hiyo joy.
Yeah, like
umetoa zingine zangu.
Yes, umekuwa ukitoa.
So he was not as supportive as I know he would have been because of what was happening. And it's just because someone thought they know so much than you as a woman who is in your body knows.
Yes. Like kwani is it your joy like every time tunasiuzuie tu isiingie kama unataka kutoa? If you are not ready, we know how to prevent. Because when we get pregnant, it's because most of the time we want to.
Yes.
Okay, it's not like an accident.
Yeah.
For a woman, when she gets pregnant, chances are alitaka your ball.
So this urgency with your health now and the surgery, what happened? Did you decide to just go along and have the surgery?
I was made to understand that it was bad, and also ukigoogle hata saizi ukiangalia fibroids online, especially like see a diagram ya kuchora like real fibroids, utakimbia for that surgery, you'll go for it. So me, I called my dad and my mom, nikawaambia nimeambiwa hivi na hivi, and so they were like when is the surgery supposed to be? So the doctor gave me date ya surgery and I went for the surgery nizitolewe. So I don't know.
Were they countable? Like, how I know you said the 7 centimeters one. There was another one. Like, how many were
multiple. They told me there were multiple others. So hizo multiple, mostly hawapianangi measurements. They normally tell you have this and this fibroid, and the biggest is this measurements. So when I went, so here is where my disappointment comes when it comes to that surgery.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about it, the surgery and all that. But going there, mi nili expect like later on, sasa vile nakuja kuona watu wengine maybe wamefanya surgery, unaona fibroids zao maybe zimewekwa tu kwa meza, like they are told this is what came out of your uterus. So for me, I was not shown anything. The kind of surgery I had, hiyo jina imenipotea, nilipewa some little cuts on this side, on this side, and kwa kitovu. So whereby they told me walieka, I don't know, some cameras, and I don't know how they reached the fibroids, because kitu ya 7 centimeters. How do you remove it through a cut hapa? You know? So
maybe a doctor should comment and tell us what happens there.
Yeah, I need to be told, because I followed up later, even with my gynecologist later, after the surgery was done, because niliambiwa after his surgery, your pain hautawaisikia. Your flow will be smooth. Nikasema,
that's exactly what I want.
Tuende nayo. Like I'm tired. And finally, the whole thing nimekuwa nikisumbuana nayo hapa, it finally has a name on it. It's fibroids. Zimekuwa zikinisumbua. Maybe they didn't start immediately, your time nilianza periods, but it's something that cooked over time. So me later, after the surgery, I go home. After like 2 days, nikaenda home, nikadischargiwa. Yani hizi periods hazina hata adabu, hata ziruki hata tu mwezi moja zikuonyeshe una heal. Exact date. Like me, my periods are always regular.
Wow.
We are here. We. Same pain. Sasa nikaongezewa mgongo.
Oh God.
Now the back pain.
What?
Ikakuja. I never used to experience back pain. Ikaongezewa kwa ile nimezoea. Nikapigia daktari simu, nikamwambia, you said the pain will go away. What's happening? Ananiambia, no, it's because of the contractions, you're still healing huku ndani. Nikasema ni mwezi wa kwanza.
They could not even give you medication just to
I was given painkillers, of course.
To postpone the periods.
No, they didn't give me. Nikangangana. Another 7 days bado. Flow haijapungua hata siku, hata moja. Iyo, nimezoea uchungu. Sasa, is it something new? Just that I was hoping after the surgery, things will be different. Iyo nikainama ikapita. 2nd month, the same. Nikauliza daktari, you're still in your healing process. 3rd month, 4th month. Ilifika point nikaacha kufollow up.
How many healings are you healing?
And it was not like an open surgery. It was just the little cuts.
Even for women who give birth through CS, it takes what, 6 weeks, 8 weeks?
Yeah, 8.
At least 3 months, you know.
Yeah, you know you're good.
Yeah.
Yes. So me, I was disappointed a lot. Sana. So nikajiambia hata hii follow up ni ya nini. Ile kwa point the doctor akaacha tu kushika simu.
Umeanza kuwasumbua.
Sasa wewe utahilia tu kwenye utahilia.
hata kusema tu ajui na ajui
haelewi what happened. So I stopped calling. I went back to my norm of pain.
Are you still working now?
No, bado niko job, but nilipewa a month of rest.
Okay.
Na nikarudi after hiyo month. After the first month nilirudi because it was not that bad. So I went back to work. Najua sasa nikiwa job, I'm doing a lot of research about fibroids. And I'm like, is surgery the only way out? Hakuna tu njia nyingine?
What are other women doing?
What are other women doing? Like, and also, am I the only one? Nikasema there has to be an alternative treatment ya fibroids. Like haiwezi kuwa tu ni surgery peke yake. So I started doing my own research. Ile tu ya Google, asking this and this, trying to understand what this, self-education that I can say. Hiyo ndio imenisaidia sana. And so I came through an alternative of course, to change diet, what you eat, because I realized that there are foods that we eat that feed the fibroids, depending on how the hormones also react.
Which foods are this?
So we have something like, when it comes to diet, any processed foods, sugary foods, refined foods, and those processed foods. And then we also have this GMO based foods and carbonated drinks.
Akina soda.
Yeah, the carbonated drinks, they also interfere with how the hormones grow.
Is junk foods processed foods?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, junk foods, the carbonated drinks, sometimes alcohol because of the content in it. And then the GMOs that I've told you.
How do you even know which food is GMO?
You can't know right now. Saizi tunaishi kwa neema. But one thing that I can... Do you know organic food is very expensive?
Okay.
Organic food is very expensive.
Opt for organic.
Organic.
Or maybe plant your own.
Yeah, maybe plant your own. Ama ukienda sokoni, just try to get organic food. Because they are foods, and also they are foods that really raise your body's pH to be too acidic. So when your body is too acidic, it becomes a very good breeding area for tumors, even now the cancerous ones. Yeah. So if you're in a position to make your body be more alkaline, then I think it becomes better, even because you start starving whatever is feeding the fibroid. And when you starve them, they start shrinking. Yes.
Okay.
So that could be maybe through foods or supplements, food supplements, which it's what I used. So niliangalia online and I was like, okay, what kind of supplements, or hata ukiangalia kwa supplement iko na ingredients gani? You see, there are those ingredients that you can check, and they really help when it comes to shrinking the fibroids.
Okay.
So mimi ni nani, I contacted the reseller of the products, and we had a lengthy conversation. Kamwambia mi hata as we are talking right now, it's not happening for me. So that was after the surgery. That was after the surgery in 2016. Okay. So nimeenda mali pengine. After that surgery, I came nikaanza kudate and I got married. So after umeolewa, uko na kiherehere ya kupata mimba. And me, daktari alikuwa ameniambia, after surgery, make sure you get pregnant. Zikikatwa zinarudingi. After surgery, they come back.
So what does the pregnancy do? What magic does the pregnancy do?
Because zikirudi unaweza kosa kupata.
Depending
on where they are located. They prevent you from getting pregnant. Kanaweza kuwa kadogo hivi, but mali iko located, inazuia even the mayai kutoka kwa ovary ikuje hivi kwa tube. By the time inakuja kupatana na the sperm, they're supposed to meet kwa tube, ndio ikurudi ikuje kwa uterus. It can interfere with that process. So you have to get pregnant haraka before zirigrow tena.
Okay.
Yeah, juu after surgery umezipatia ground ya kurudi. Si hakuna kitu inazizuia, now they sprout.
Jesus.
And they did. That is kama walizitoa hiyo time na hii time zikarudi tena. Because they came back. That was in 2016 ndo nimefanywa surgery October. I get married in 2017 September Of course you start trying immediately. So it took me around 6 months to get the pregnancy. So 2018 ndio nikapata niko na ball around April. The pregnancy was crazy. Crazy. You know, a bad pregnancy. Kai. Painful pregnancy. Uko on medication kila week. Injection.
For?
Pain. Unakula food unatoa. Unatapika. Mtoto ana grow, fibroids ikigrow. In the same uterus ni kwani inatoshana aje? Ni kitu ndogo sana. So the fibroid, imagine uko na kitu ya almost like 3, 4, 5 centimeters na mtoto bado ana grow hapo ndani.
My God.
Yes. So me I thought I'm done, but then me that pregnancy was crazy. Nilikuwa nataka tu iishe. Like ilifika point hadi nikajiuza ama nitoe. Yeah. Because the pain was bad.
Yeah.
Nikajiambia I will never forgive myself if I do this. So
God.
Nilikuwa tu zile za naambia tu mtoto tufike tu mwisho. Let's get to the final whatever destination.
So what is the doctor saying during this time?
There's nothing they can do. Hawezi nipatia anything ya kudeal na fibroids. So ni kunipea tu painkillers za kunituliza hiyo uchungu yenye na feel.
But you were told pregnancy makes it better.
Like me getting pregnant, nipate kama nataka mtoto. Nipate mimba immediately.
No, I'm remembering when you were 13, you're being told hiyo uchungu itaisha ukipata.
Nikizaa.
Ukizaa.
Nikizaa. So bado niko pregnant. Bado. Nimekuwa tu pregnant, sijazaa.
Tuenda tuone tukizaa. Does it get better?
No, it doesn't get better. At 35 weeks, of course kuna hizi check-up za kawaida. I go for my scan, a regular scan and all that. So mimi nimelala tu kule kitanda hivi naona tu daktari ananifanyia scan. Give me a minute. Akaenda akaita mwenzake. Wakakuja wakaangalia. A minute. Akaita mwingine wako watatu nikaanza kai. Kila kitu iko sawa. Nini tena leo? Wakaniambia you need to call your gynecologist. Umpe hizi results. Nikamwambia it's something you can't tell me. Akaniambia let him interpret for you. Nikamwambia nipeni. So wakaenda wakaprint, nikampigia simu. Nikamwambia nimetoka scan and looks like there's an emergency here. Kanambia niambie scan inasema aje. So nikamwambia vile inasema. I didn't have amniotic fluid. Ilienda.
Wapi?
Sijui. Na sijawahi leak. Unajua ukileak utajua. Sijawahi leak amniotic fluid.
In 35 you're almost
Yes,
done.
I'm almost there. So akaniambia that was on a Friday. Akaniambia I need to go to the hospital, dungwa some injections that is to help mature the lungs za mtoto. In case atoke mapema, they can breathe on their own. Asiekwe kwa nursery or incubator. Faithful Jemimah. Kambia mzee. Nikaenda nikadungwa hizo shindano. Nilikuwa naenda shindano for the whole day, the entire weekend. Monday nikajibeba, nikaenda kuadmitiwa. Tuesday nizae. I was excited by I was like, huyu mtoto akimanage. Sijui ningemuita jina gani. Like, alikuwa ameendure a lot huku ndani na hizo fibroids. Unfortunately, I lost the baby after amezaliwa.
So sorry.
Yeah, immediately too after ametoka I didn't hear the cry. Actually a friend of mine mwenye alikuwa ananingojea nje ya theater ndo ananiambia design huyo nasa alitoka na huyo mtoto theater. Mbio alikuwa anaenda kuwekwa kwa incubator. Like alichomoka na mbio ulibaya sana. So I didn't hear the cry. Unajua ukianza kushonwa kuna design unasikianga ukifixio niko kwani doctor tumemaliza siku lala ile kabisa. When nilikuwa natolewa fibroids ndio nilipewa the full anesthesia but this one it was the half. Nikaanza kwani tumemaliza sijasikia watu wakilia huku. Akaniambia amekimbizwa nursery tuone ametoka akiwa yuko sawa. Nikamwambia so of course nilijua huku ni kubaya so nilijua please take care of that baby but unfortunately after nimetoka theater nikapelekwa like pressure pia ilipanda so I was on the waiting room for like 2 hours pressure ishuke.
Do they even take advantage of this to remove the fibroids ama itawezekana?
They say you'll bleed a lot but the uterus is already open.
I know, right?
Na si umetoa mtoto.
Just take advantage.
Na vile tu umeangalia umeona huyu anaweza kosa ku make it so unitoe tu hizo vitu. Alipiga picha akakuja kunionyesha. Alipiga picha. Akakuja akaniambia, you see, this is the biggest fibroid. Now imagine tumetoa ya 7. Kama ukweli tu ilitolewa. Now this one is 6.5. Around approximately 6.5. Na hizi zingine kando unaziona. Sasa ungetoa, mbona unanionyesha? Like you had the uterus wide open. Si ukate tu. Like niondolee tu mzigo mmoja umana mtoto hata make, at least nitolee fibroids. Niliambiwa niende home after 6 months nikipona nirudi.
Oh my God.
Tena nikatwe. Sasa nitolewe fibroids.
Jesus.
Sasa hapo ndio nilijam.
No, as women, something has to give. No.
Hapo ndio nilikasirika sasa.
People have to do better. Yeah.
It was bad. It was crazy. I cried. The loss of the child, of course.
So sorry.
Miadi waliniuza, will you go and bury? Nikamwambia, fanyeni kenye mnafanyanga na wengine. Sikuwa na energy.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do when babies die. Niliwaambia tu, I'm not carrying. Because now, mi nimetolewa theater, nimepelekwa kwa ward. No one is coming to see me kwa ward. Like, daktari alisema, he's the one to break the news to me. Na alikuja saa ngapi? 7 in the evening. Kutoka asubuhi 9. So watu wanaingia kwa room, tukiongeongea, vitu wananiambia, mtoto ako kwa nasari yako tu sawa. Amepelekwa bado hajatolewa. Like, they can't tell me.
Also by now, mtoto ashapass.
Within 20 minutes hakuwa. Hiyo mbio alitolewa nayo, I think alienda akaiko kwa machine, wakaona tu, haitaweza.
My God. So like this is like you, I don't even know what to say. You're such a strong person, first of all. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through this, and we are not doing better, and we don't have better in this country or anywhere in the world anyway. And I think it's because it's a Black woman's issue, you know?
Yeah.
And because it's a woman's issue, so it's like double tragedy. And I'm really sorry you had to go through that, and I'm really sorry for any woman who is having to go through this. But I love that you have taken this and made a solution out of it. So what was the solution?
So now after the loss, of course, a lot happened emotionally and also...
Even for your partner?
Yeah, a lot happened that maybe I wouldn't be able to talk about right now. But now later on, just sasa nika come into the... Like there has to be another way out. Like I can't miss rudi hiyo surgery. Nipone kidonda ya CS, tena nirudi unikate wide open to remove fibroids. Like ungezitoa. I'm not coming back there. So that is when I looked for a solution. Nakwambia I was telling my partner, nikiambiwa hata saizi tu nikorogewe tu mafia kuku tu hivi kwa maji nikunywe. Me I'll take it. I'll take it. So now that was me going out looking for alternative. Like there has to be a way out. Before nifikirie kidonda inapona nirudi surgery. Hapana. So that is when I came through organic supplementation and also
the
pads.
diet.
Pads. Do you know what kind of pads we use? They are trash.
Really?
Yes. The material that is zinatengeneza pads, they are dangerous. Actually, 62% of gynecological issues zinatokana na pads tunatumia during our periods pia. Could be that recurring infection. Could be a blocked tube somewhere. Could be his hormonal disruption. Yes. So for me was the diet, the pads, and the supplements. Because most of this wana recycle to material na kubleach. And you know bleach is too acidic. The content yenye inatengeneza hiyo pad, most of the pads layer ya juu, most of them ni nylon or synthetic cotton. Lazima kuna mtu after periods lazima amechomeka. Padi na mchoma. Unasikia tu lakini padi hii this time round ni mchoma. Sasa
tunafikiria ni something that happens before kwanza kusumbuana.
No.
There was we know of a product that get a very bad name.
The trend. It's not normal. Most pads ukiangalia top layer yake it's nylon. Nylon itakuchoma. Hiyo damu inatokanga pale ikiwa moto. Yes. Itakuchoma. And most pads, they don't have this is the top part. The bottom layer, it's not perforated. Perforation means ikona kile tu mashimo. So that one emits heat. If it's not emitting, where is the vapor going? It's going back to your uterus. Mbona hormones zisikuwe disrupted? Mbona tu kitu istoki huko block tubes zako?
So
recurring infections. Kuna mtu after periods lazima yeye tu kuna gaina tu chemist najuanga tu you after periods lazima nimuone hapa. Anaenda dawa za infection. Most infections don't come from the toilets or from sex or anything. Pads.
So now you find the solution. What is the solution?
So for me, the solution was using organic pads.
Where do you get this?
They are, how do I put it? For me, I used a company called Longreach. They had the amazing organic pads, which I still use up to today.
Okay.
Yes.
Longreach.
Yes. And we have the supplements.
And it's not affordable, I'm assuming. As in, it's not as...
Okay. It's not like compared to these other pads.
How much is it?
It depends. There are people who are reselling. You can get it direct from the company. But it ranges between 200 and 400 a pack.
A pack of it? Jehovah. As if we do not have it hard enough already. Okay.
And then now there's the diet. Changed, like, if you can, kama tu unaweza, like move from processed foods, and red meat, of course, but the red meat pia inainterfianga na fibroid sana. Like, try to do a diet that favors the fibroid, like in a cut off the feeding of the fibroids. And also for me, I also had to take alkaline water because to change the environment from being too acidic to becoming alkaline, and also now the supplements. So that is what worked for me. Mi nilikuwa nimejipatia target of 8 months because I knew hii kitu by the time I shrink, si kitu ndogo. 6.5 is not small. So I gave myself time because I was also made to understand that it takes time. Si kitu utatumia 2 products leo and you expect it imeisha within a month or 2. So mi nikajiambia, 8 months itakuwa sawa. Yeah, so but I got pregnant in the 5th month.
Oh.
Of using the products, the whole combo. That I started in December 2018. So 2019, April, I'm like, mwana periods hazijakuja. Now something good that happened when I started using the products. Do you know cramps zilipotea? Within the 1st month.
Okay.
Zilienda kabisa.
And this is your own developed combo?
Yes, like own developed combo. Like nili come up nikajiambia nitatumia hii na nitacombine na hii. Nitumie. Nione vile itanipeleka. After of course researching, kuangalia hii na kusaidia hivi, itakusaidia hivi. So I get what I like here. Tutumie hivi, tuone vile itaenda.
But that is crazy. Like you're getting immediate...
Yeah, for me I got immediate results. Nilipata. Because when I started using it, sasa immediately after, like it was 2 weeks after now losing the baby. So nikaanza periods bado hazikuwa zimekam. So I used it for like 3 weeks and then now periods came. Do you know nilikutwa off guard?
Because you used to...
Yeah, nilianza tu nilifeel aje huko kwa thighs kwenda kwa washroom. Even for mtu ukutwa.
Wow.
Without my periods zingeniambia 3 days ago huko tunakuja na hata sijaanza kubleed bado. Ni pain tu ya kukwambia.
Be prepared.
Tuko on the way coming. And so I remember just telling my partner that time, nikamwambia, I need to get pads. Akaniambia, just get this time round ukipiga zile nduru zako kelele, what's happening? Nikamwambia, nimekutwa. Hivi ndivyo watu wana feeling. But then I enjoyed my periods. Ilienda for 5 days. From 7 to 5. Na hata ya 5 nikaleka spotting. Kakumalizia. And I was happy.
You've never had that since?
No, I've never. I was so happy. Hadi nikajiambia, okay, acha tuendelee, periods kaipotea. Hiyo mimba hata sitaki saa hizi. But then I was enjoying my periods. Ile tu like periods without pain. Na kukulanisha, just at least niko na appetite naweza kula. Mimi nikiwa periods sikuwa nakula. I enjoyed that process, and then now hiyo April niko mbona date imepita. Periods zangu hazirukangi. And I was not using I have never used any family planning method.
Interesting.
Me, I'm always on the pale kwa safe days. Hii sijui nilikutwa aje. So periods hazikuji. What's going on? 2 days. Mi hazipitangi. Nikaenda kwanza nikajununua ka strip. Nikakuja nikapima. Mama. Nimeshikwa. I'm pregnant. Kwanza nilipanic. Nilikumbuka the first pregnancy. Nikajiuliza, hizi fibroids kama hazijaisha, nitarudi pale. Yes, I'm enjoying my pain-free periods. It's beautiful. It's everything that I wanted. but kama fibroids zenyewe hazijashrink, kama bado ni kubwa, kutakuwa aje? I went to the hospital. Of course, I didn't go back to that hospital again. Nilikatch, by the way. Yeah. Nilikatch vibaya sana. So I looked for another hospital. Nikaenda, nikamwelezea my history and all that. Akaniambia, let's do a scan. Akaniambia, the fibroid that I see here, the biggest is around 3 centimeters.
Wow.
Niko, from 6.5. Akaniambia, it was 6.5. What did you do? Nikamwambia, I've been taking some supplements. Akaniambia, wow. And it's doing good because it's just one. Ni moja. Sio ni zile ndogo ndogo. So zile ndogo ndogo zilikuwa zisha disappear. Unaona? So
and this is what, 5 months?
5 months.
Wow.
Into using the product.
Yeah.
So the pregnancy was amazing. It was beautiful. Sikutapika hata siku moja. At ile morning sickness tu ya kawaida, I didn't. Ilienda vizuri. Like I was so happy. Ungenena tu niko tu na katumbo. Yani nilikuwa I was so proud of that pregnancy. I was so happy but now the doctor told me, because hata yuko umemaliza 6 months, we can't wait for labor. Utazaa na CS tu tena. I'm like, how many weeks? 38. So nikamwambia, unajua 38 weeks zinaishia wapi wewe? Nikamwambia tarehe 1 January 2020. Akaniambia, Jemimah, unakuanga na mchezo. Acha ni hesabu na hii yangu ya daktari. Akaniambia, and it's falling there. Mtoto ulikuwa umepangia. Nikamwambia, si mimi. Si mimi. Yeye mwenyewe ndiye alijileta. So 2019 December 31st, mkivuka mwaka, mimi nimejipeleka kujilaza hospitali. Nikazaa mtoto.
Wow.
Through CS, of course, but the baby was healthy. 3.3 kgs, a very healthy baby boy. The first one was a girl, by the way. This one was a boy. And tuko sawa. Nice. We are now 5 years and something. That is my miracle baby. Yeah, mwenye niko na
the rainbow baby.
Yeah.
So now you now have a solution, but you still have to continue with it.
Yeah,
that is your management.
Yeah.
Even within the pregnancy, were you still okay?
No, I was the only thing that I was using, it was the water.
The water.
Yeah, the alkaline water, because it was.
What, is that water sold as alkaline?
No. There is a special kind of inakanga thermos. It's a bottle. It's a bottle that has a different types of stones. You remember kitambo kwa mto, ukienda mtoni ushago, maji ilikuwa inapita kwa tumawe fulani, and the water was so clean. Ama unaenda ushago unapata shosho ameka maji kwa pot. The clay thing. The minerals it takes from those stones. It's just wametumia like they have used those kind of things into a technology to have the stones together. There are around 7 different types to put in a certain flask that it gives you a lifespan of around 25 years.
So you just put new water and then in
alkalinize, inazipatia the minerals that it needs to have.
I've never heard of something like that.
I'll show you about it.
Wow.
I'll tell you about it. That is something I also tell my clients when we have a conversation with them. Yeah, so that is what niliendelea nayo, especially when I was pregnant now, because it's water. For the supplements, I had to put hold, especially the ones anti-tumor, the ones that could shrink the fibroids.
Because the baby is also a growing cell.
Yeah, so you can't mpatia vitu zingine. But the pregnancy was good. I didn't experience any pain. Not even a single day. Hadi nikajiuliza tani mgani alikuwa amekuja kwa ile ya kwanza haki, unajua. So that was it. Now the baby came and it was amazing and all that. That is 2020. So before the end of the 2020, unajua tu ile unakanga unajiuliza, I've gone through all this. Kwani am I the only woman who is struggling with this?
Obviously not.
Am I the only woman? So nimekaa tu kwa nyumba, I'm watching TV and I see a channel saying that if you have a story, an inspiring story that you feel inaweza encourage someone, feel free to reach out to us. Jemimah. Niko, nitume nisitume, nikasema, let me just send. Waki reach out to me, ni sawa. If they don't, well and good. Nitakuwa nilijaribu. So I give them a brief of my story just like I did with you. And they called me. We have a shoot this and this day. Come, we would love to hear your story. So that was the first time I shared my story, 2020, and towards the end of 2020. And it ili star women women reached out and they're like, how can you help me with this and this? But now the kind of shoot we were doing that time, we were a few people. Like it was more of a reproductive health conversation. So for me with fibroid, there's another one when alikuwa na blocked tubes and another one had a cyst. So we did separate interviews, but now coming to watch it later, the lady with the blocked tubes caught my attention. Nikaambia the producer of the show, I know si vizuri kupeana namba za clients, but I was in that show, my name is Jemimah, and I feel I can help this lady. Kanaambia, oh yeah, Jemimah, remember you, her name is this and this is her number. So for her, she had one tube. Already alikuwa amepata mimba, akakuwa na ectopic pregnancy, and it burst. Ikafanya now, your tube
that also has become very common among the 20-year-olds.
I know, Aki. I don't know what's happening with
it's fibroids, it's cyst, and that's also becoming an issue, the ectopic pregnancies.
Especially, and also PCOS. I hear people talk a lot about PCOS.
Yeah, PCOS.
Yes. So I reached out to her and we talked. Kaniambia, for me, nimebaki na YouTube moja and it's blocked. And her marriage was on rocks. Bwanake alikuwa nipate mtoto mimi ama nitafute huko nje. Si ati ama ashaanza. So she was like, nataka tu nimzalie. Lakini ushoni nataka kuzalia mwanaume pia tuache. Give za mtoto juu pia wewe unataka kupata mtoto. Unajua not because you want to give birth to serve for someone. Ndio maybe ati wakuweke kama wife. But she didn't have money. So me I had to talk to my friends. Niliambia God, nataka kusaidia this lady. Akifanikiwa, I will know you want me to do this. If she doesn't, nitaachana nayo. I talked to a few friends wenye nilijua wanaweza ni support. Nikamwambia, I have this and this lady, she has this and this issue. I really want to come through for her. My total budget, it's around 12,000. Utapata. What can you get to support? I talked to around 5 friends. Na nikapata hiyo pesa. I went got the product. Hata si ati nimuze na profit. Vile tu ningeichukua hivyo ndivyo ningeichukua. Nikamwambia, let's meet. We have a conversation. Nikikupatia kit yako. We met. We had a conversation. Nikamwambia, endo tumia hizi dawa, tumia hivi na hivi. Of course I gave her. Now you see the pads that I told you, the organic pads. There's the panty liner version. The panty liner. It has the same technology ya kusaidia. Maybe kama kuna anything. It has a biomagnetism, far infrared, and negative anions. Those 3 properties that they really work well for the uterus. Okay. So I took for her the panty liners, a detox tea, and a supplement. Nikamwambia, just use them for 1 month. After 1 month, niambie the progress vile itakuwa. Nikatenda wema na nikafanya nini? Nikaenda zangu. So
you were not scared inaweza kataa kufanya kazi?
No, nitakuwa nimejaribu. Nikujaribu. So mimi nilitumia for 5 months. So I didn't expect a result in the first 1 month. So kaenda and all that. So aliona akanyamaza. So like after like 3 months nikampigia simu. Nikamza, hi, how have you been doing? Akaniambia nimekuwa sawa, though nilitoka kwa mzee, mambo ilikuja ikachemka, nikafukuzwa. So nikamza, where are you right now? She had gone home, but sasa hiyo wiki like the previous month ndio alikuwa amerudi. So kumbe before aende alipata ball.
Wow.
Before atoke, after alianza kutumia product zilikuwa zimeisha. So before afukuzwe alikuwa amepata ball na hakujua. So when she was coming back ndio ana realize, hey, I'm not having my periods, what's happening? Akaenda hosi akapata ako na ball.
Wow.
Na mimba ni ya twins.
Wow.
Twins. Wow. Imagine like Mera sikuamini. Sikuamini.
So the sign you were asking from God ilikuja?
Ilikuja. And I'm like,
mara mbili.
Hakutumia dawa miezi 3. Ilikuwa 1 month. Unajua?
Yeah.
So I was so happy. I cried tears of joy. Nakumbuka nilikuwa nimetoka church. Me go to church on Saturday. It was on Saturday nimetoka church. Majioni tu. Nafika home naona simu. No, mimi ndo niliona ameniflash nikampigia. Ndio akaniambia, oh, I got pregnant and it's twins. Me, I was so happy for her. Kabisa. Nikajiambia, hey, na mimi sinyamazi na history yangu sasa. So I started sharing my story. I've shared in a few platforms, like 3 of them. So when I saw your channel, actually I was referred to you by someone.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
Yes,
Who was this person?
Do you know a lady called Sabina? Sabina Nyangchama, someone.
No. Interesting.
Kibo Bag.
Yes.
So Kibo and Sabina, they know each other. So for Sabina, we talk a lot because she's been helping me out with my social media, especially LinkedIn. Nijaribu kwenda in a professional way. So she told me, there's a lady I know who can host you. Able talk to this Kibo and whatever. So when I talked to her, she gave me the name of your podcast. Ndio nikasema, it doesn't hurt. The worst that can happen ni kuambiwa no. So let me reach out to you. And I'm glad that you responded.
You know, the whole focus for our podcast is to inspire young people to find solutions to challenges they might be going through or the challenge that is in their community and make a living off of it.
Yes.
Like what you've done. So if allow me for us to get a bit into this, I don't know how you see if there's a space for more young people to do this, if it's something that they can take up. I remember there was a time we thought supplements, medication, hakuna kitu naweza fanya yenye si kama si daktari. If it's not a doctor saying this, you don't think it can work. But you've shown that it works. And probably just get into that journey. So when do you decide now this is a business? Is it after this case? And how do you now highlight it as a business? How do people reach out to you? How much does a kit cost? And is this also an avenue for young people to get into? Is it a business that they can get into? Yeah, like getting the dynamics of the business part of it. So after this successful result, what transpires?
So after my first client, that's when I decided this is something that I can make a living out of, because many women are struggling. So especially when I shared my story on these other platforms, Jesus, I'm like, where? Tumekuwa too quiet. Like we've just been quiet, and many women many women are struggling in silence because matters of the womb, it's not something that for the longest time si kitu imekuanga public, ni kitu unafaa kunyamazia, especially most of the time inakuja ni kama maybe kuna kitu ulifanya ndio maana you always have miscarriages, when you have this and this infections, mara umelala umefanya nini, so it's not taken lightly. So for me nikaamua, let me come up with a solution. So for me nimekuwa niki come up with packages. When someone reaches out to me, maybe it's a guy, my wife is going through this and this, like when they come by the way.
Bless you.
Wanakujanga wananiambia, we, my wife struggle nini, and she's not confident coming out to talk to you about it. So most of the time, of course, malimi wanzia ni wapi? Have you gone to the hospital? Let me see the scan. Let me see these results. I'm able to interpret whatever result imeandikwa pale. If need fibroids, what type wanaandikanga? What measurement? And then pale kwa conclusion watasema kama ni fibroids, kama ni blocked tube, if it's a cyst. So once I see that, with the knowledge that I have and what I've been able to gather over the years, I'm able now to, with the help of a doctor, there are doctors who have embraced the natural way. They don't have to take you for surgery. So I have two that I always consult with.
Good.
And so when we talk, and niambia for this client, mpatie this and this. So nimesha learn. Squeezy hata, I don't, like I go for consultation when necessary. So nikishaona results zako, I customize a package for you. So it might not be easy for me to say how much it really costs, because for every case is different. So whatever it's usually a personalized kit. Something else that I do is one-on-one coaching, a womb healing coaching. This is a new segment that I've added, because I don't want to just come and tell you, use this and this. You know, we have a lot of traumas in our uterus, our wombs. Our wombs are carrying a lot. When you're stressed, your trauma goes to your womb. When you're going through anything that is not working for you. Most of the stress women have iko stored on the womb. So I do one-on-one womb coaching. Yes.
So you always have back issues.
This back pain hapa, it comes from here. Inakata kwenda hivi. So the moment you understand your uterus and your womb, we start healing it pole pole. Of course, by affirmations, the teas that you need to take, the kind of supplements that you need to take. Because women, tuko na pressure. I don't know why we have this pressure of nataka kupata ball. You've had a miscarriage this month, next month umepata mimba ingine. Ivo. And I'm like, your uterus haitashika hiyo mimba. It's stressed, kitu ya kwanza. Do you know an egg that was released 90 days ago? Ndio itakuja kuwa fertilized hii mwezi. You know, you have to give your uterus time to heal. So I want women to understand their uteruses, their wombs. Me, I'm a womb healer. Let me say that, because you need to talk to your womb, apologize for the things that you've done to it. Most of the time as women, we find ourselves in some intercourses, let me say, that are not even necessary, and that stresses your womb too, if you don't know. So I also do one-on-one coaching when it comes to womb healing, and then there is the me understanding your situation and being able to walk the journey with you. If it's menstrual issues, if it's hormonal balancing, I guide on the diet. Nataka kujua pia umekuwa ukikulaje, you know, and be honest. And if you're using any contraceptive, niambie. Natumia na hiko. So I'll be here trying to do 1, 2, yet inanirudisha nyuma. Nika kufagia upepo ikirudisha, it won't work. And again, I also do school talks when it comes to menstrual health in schools. Kuna wasichana tu ndio wameanza periods, wanashindwa nini. Kunaendaje? They are not able to tell the teachers, they are not able to tell anyone. Just
even when they say they don't understand. They don't understand. Especially when it comes to pain.
So this is something that I do in schools. Of course, I charge for that. That is how I also that is how it's also a business. And also in churches, when they have women conferences or women gatherings and workplaces, bosses need to understand their employees, you know. Understand mtu fulani kifika time hii, si kupenda kwake. And I love the women are also embracing this. Actually, they really want to learn a lot. And I remember in May, when it was World Menstrual Hygiene Day, I was joined by a lot of men for a walk.
Nice.
Yeah, I created a lot of awareness online, and then now to conclude it, I did a walk in Rongai. Hatukuwa wengi, but I believe the vuvuzela zenye tulipiga kwa barabara and the banner. Yeah, so it created an impact. I believe that, and many men are like, hey, kumbe daughter wangu ana going through this and this. Now I understand. There are fathers who are bringing up daughters alone. There are men who have girlfriends. Iyo time ikifika, anafikiri anajifanya. It's not, imagine. There's a time I was on live and a certain guy asked, lakini mkoshoa mkwangi mkiexaggerate kitu ndio mpate tu. Sympathy nikamwambia, Jesus, you need to kwa ile kitu yenye naona wanaume saa zingine wanapewa hiyo uchungu, you experience the phases of pain that women go through. Awapitangi hata 3. Mwingine 3 ashapiga nduru, and thus we can go up to 10. And we still in the kitchen cooking, we are still taking care of the kids. So haikuangi kujifanya. Hormones can do you bad. Uko moody. Like in a month you will deal with 4 women. Hiyo time ya period, it's a different woman from the woman who is ovulating. Wewe mwanamke akiovulate anakuanga aje? She's all over you. Hadi unashindwa wewe ndio ulikuwa tu sijui aje juzi. There is the follicular phase. There is the other luteal phase. Like you in a month una deal na in one woman 4 women. So that is how we are, nasi kupenda kwetu. But the good thing is we are out here, we are creating awareness and breaking the taboos. Actually, there's just a lot of taboos around menstruation health and women reproductive health. That is why niliamua acha niongee. Hata ikikaa tu inakaa sijui aje. Imagine nimeongea, kuna mtu inaweza kuwa wewe mwenyewe haijakubamba, na inaweza kuwa si kitu unataka kusikia, but kuna mtu amekueleza, huyu mwanamke amekuwa wapi? Where have you been all this time? Unajua. So that is how I'm able to go about it in the entrepreneurial way. And I'm glad because honestly since 2022, let me say that is when 2021 ikikuja kuisha, that is when niliamua tu kuwa serious nayo. Yeah, so for me that is how I do it.
So are you able to work your other job and this some other time imekuwa in your full time?
No, for right now, this is what I have as full time, because also in between, there is the initiative part, whereby whatever I get from
the process,
my income, I go back to the community. Kuna wenye tu they are less fortunate, they can't afford.
Yeah.
So whatever I get from here, part of it goes back to the community, because I also have an initiative. It's called Golden Eagle Wellness. Yeah, so I reached out to like the slums, like the street kids. You know, hata wenye wako hapa kwa streets, like just because wako kwa streets does not mean their wombs are not working. So unapatana na wako na watoto walitoka wapi? Ama unakutana mwenye akona mimba. So my next big project is on the street kids, and try to understand how do they maneuver this thing when their periods come. Wanaogeanga wapi hata? How do they wanavaa nini? Because mimi naona watu most of the time tunawapelekeanga chakula. Do we ever give them pads?
No.
Unajua?
I don't think
so
of
that
the
is my
aspect.
Yeah, that is my next big project.
Okay.
So apart from the entrepreneurial part, there is that part. So you asked about if this is something that young people can do. For me, it's passion. For me, ni passion. I have 2 people that I'm working with.
Nice.
Of course, it's not their passion, but they love the smiles we bring to people. And at the end of the day, mtu alikuja kwako akilia, nasikia my marriage iko in the verge of kubreak juu sina mtoto. And at the end of the day, unapata mtu kama anapata mtoto. So you are like, I'm happy for that. Like, I don't want to change everyone's life. If I can get to you and make a difference in your life, that's all enough. I'm looking for.
True.
Yeah, so I believe it's something that people can do, young people can do, as long as they understand the dynamics and also passion. Mi nasema mostly is on the passion side, not unless now when I become a big organization, maybe employ watu to help around here. And also when we go for the walk, I'm planning to have another walk by the end of the year, maybe to raise funds for the less deserving, unajua. We create a difference, and also at the end of the day, something has to be done in this country when it comes to women health. Fibroids ni kitu nimeona haijaongelelewa sana, and it's something that
women reproductive health in general is not something we take seriously. It's 50% of the population, but we definitely do not take it seriously. So I think there's a lot of things for you to do. And I'm happy with our discussion, because I think you're the first social entrepreneur we have brought on the show. And you know, you are showing young people that there's just not one way of doing things. And probably just to ask so that they're maybe encouraged to get into such an initiative. Is this what you're living off? Like, hii ndio inakupea pesa zenye una need in your life?
Yes, right now. This is what I'm surviving on.
If you're okay with sharing, like how much can you say you made on your best month yet?
My best month. We go short. No, I'm not comfortable saying, but I can say it's sustaining me. And I'm in a better place.
In a better place?
Yes.
It's not where you started?
No.
It was enough for you to even quit 8 to 5?
I didn't really have to quit 8 to 5 because you see now after the first pregnancy, nili have to quit job because it was bad after your struggle. Like it was taking a toll on me, especially
so you've
emotionally.
Never gone back to work
I have. But the ones nimefanya mbili, the recent one iliisha because they were laying off some people. Na hiyo ingine ilikuwa, it was a toxic environment. So I can't be going through some things here and also expect me to handle another pressure from this side, especially when it comes to toxicity. Kuna tu zile vitu unaweza vumilia kwa workplace, but not toxicity. So I didn't quit because I wanted to quit. If I get a job right now, I would do both. Honestly, I would do both because they say money is never enough. So they say money is never enough. And also, we are still, I'm not where I want to be, but at least
you're not where
I'm not where I used to be. And
you have impacted so many lives.
Yeah, I can say honestly, right now we have like 18 babies. who have been born out of this initiative. Since I started talking about it 18 when niko na count. There are those who of course are comfortable to come back. Na kuna mwenye ako anataka mtoto. Yeye alikuwa anataka tu hiyo poti ipotee. Aanze kuvaa dresses bila pressure. Kuna mwenye tu anataka tu the pain ya periods iishe. The flow tu ikue tu normal flow.
How many women have you impacted so far?
I think we are almost 300. Almost.
And that is in how many years?
Since 2021.
For 4 years. Wow.
Since 2021.
That's a really good number.
Yeah, because si kila mtu anataka mtoto, unajua.
Nataka tu yani sina
shida. Like, Jemimah, I always have very bad cramps.
Because imagine if you are 13 and maybe you can mention that. Are you seeing mothers coming to you for their daughters?
Yes.
So if you're 13, you're not looking for a child. You're looking to just have
normal periods. And also, nikisema 300, ina include the women wenye have visited maybe to donate pads, including the last walk that I had in May. So we donated pads to around almost karibu wafike 100. Okay, we were around 80 something.
Wow.
Yeah, donating the pads and all that, and it's organic pads. But not to say cheap. That I'm trashing other companies, but my vision for 2030 is to see that if we have this percentage right now of women who are struggling with maybe fibroids, the menstrual cramps and all that, at this time, by 2030, situshuki hata na certain percentage, unajua, that will be my joy. So I'm also collaborating with a gynecologist because one thing, si kila mtu ataenda hosi kufanywa hiyo scan, sindio? So if there's a hospital or a gynecologist who really feels like we can work this together, situende tuwafanyia scan kwenye wako, kama ni hiyo shule. Let's go to schools. Let's go to churches or communities to set up hapo. Wakuja wafanyiwe nini? Scans. Imagine that is also giving back to the community.
True.
Unaona? Yeah.
For both the gyna and for the health institution.
Yes.
And also you're making someone's lives easier than they already are.
Yes.
I think there's a call to action here, especially towards our leaders. What should probably even our women in leadership, you know, it's easier for you to push for something that you understand than it is for someone. It's easier for you as a woman to push for this because at some point you know what pain from any reproductive issue you've had is, you know.
Yeah, true.
You can't say ati umeishi tu wewe maisha yako imekuwa tu sawa. There are points where it's very bad and then there it's good and then it's just balanced. So what is the call to action to people who are in power, especially our women leaders?
My call to action would be, I don't know why we tend to see that vitu zingine tu ni kawaida. Do you know there are still people who feel like hii ni normal? So I would urge our leaders, especially the women reps, women in the power. Let's have more, how do I put it? Interest when it comes to matters of women. And for someone like me who is advocating for this fibroids awareness, there's a lot that is required research. We need to go to the ground. Tufanye hii research, tujue how bad it is.
So they need to invest in research.
Need to invest in
women
research, reproductive health research, and also treatment. Okay?
It's not cheap.
We can start from there. And also getting to the less fortunate, because imagine right now if I approached a women rep and tell her, or a woman in the power, nataka kufanya 1, 2, 3, let them be open to invest in such. And also for us who are being supported in this way, we are giving accountability. We have to make a change. We have to make a difference. By the time their time in power imeisha, wacha watu wasemange, wakati wa women rep fulani in collaboration with Jemimah or in collaboration with someone else, we were able to make a difference, and it's because of that this is happening now. It's because of that. Did you see
when Lupita came about with her experience of having
and
fibroids?
I've been tagged a lot on her posts.
and the moment she mentioned it, like the first support was from the women in power.
Yes.
She went to parliament in, I don't know, I don't know what they call it in the US.
Yeah.
But she was given an audience by those who are able to make bills and laws that can make a change.
Yes.
Unajua hata tushinde hapa tukipiga makofi, tukipiga
if we don't
drums,
have that kind of support.
If we do not have something that is anchored in law, something that is anchored as a law, it's very hard for you to do anything.
True.
It's very hard for us to have production of even these sanitary towels that are affordable for women. Let me have the option of, I can use this and I can use the organic and it's the same price range.
Yeah. Especially
why
for
am
the
I,
organic ones,
yes,
they need to come to a certain
50 bob tu kama kawaida nyingine. So that I'm not battling between ni hii yenye najua inanichomanga inanipea issues
kuna infections,
ama hii ya organic yenye hainipei any issues or it doesn't bring pain. We do a lot of work in Dandora on menstrual hygiene, so we provide sanitary towels for our girls in Dandora. And the best we can do, because this is not money that we have, it's money we fundraise, ni kuwapatia hizi zenye ziko at an affordable price.
Yeah, true.
But what is to say that hatutaki wakuwe na hii yenye ni organic yenye it doesn't harm them long term.
It also protect the dignity of the child, you know, as they grow up.
You know?
Yeah.
So making that has to be anchored in law. If it's Jemimah wanting to start a production company, it has to be anchored in law so that this product you're producing is cheaper and able to be able to be afforded by all women, regardless of the background or regardless of who you are in the community. So maybe that is also a good segue. What is now the dream? What dream do you have for us, for fibroids awareness in this country, for even the availability of the supplements, availability of the sanitary towels? Do you as Jemimah have dreams that people could probably invest in, tap into, even leave alone the people in power who are supposed to create
because
the
there are
laws?
people out here.
There are other people who can support this.
Yes,
Probably hata mi nimekuwa na issue all my life na nikona enough people who can come together and probably support something. What is this something that they could support in?
Okay. First of all, not to say that at the organic pads it's just one company. I've also been doing some research here and there. Okay. And we have other organic sanitary napkins also at a good price. Not good, of course, I use fika 50 bob, but compared to what I used, they are still organic. And at the end of the day, we want to create the difference down there when using the pad. So for me, my dream is, of course, by 2030, I want to see that the fibroid issue imekuwa spoken about.
Si hush hush.
Si hush hush, si ile uku. And I'm so glad that, of course, with what Lupita has done, even in a country yenye si kwao, na imekuwa appreciated na imekubalika. I also would love to be, ningependa kukubalika pia, I would also want to be accepted with what I'm trying to create awareness about, because many women are struggling in silence. They are bleeding in silence. So I would love to see that the fibroid cases, the fibroid issues, we have come down, like from the percentage that it is right now, ishuke. And also the kind of pain that women experience during their periods, it can be taken seriously. And as we look for the alternatives on how to deal with them, like I believe surgery is not the only option. Actually, with the last option,
it is one of the options.
It is one of the treatments, many types of treatments. Well, we have others. I would love also for me to get support when it comes to embracing these alternative treatments, because I think it's been there since ancient times. And also for the initiative part, I can say, because there are many people that I would love to reach out to who are struggling out here, of course, to put a smile on a woman's face and to change their situation from pain, at least to the smiles that every woman deserves, and doing the research on these fibroids, like tujue, of course, what causes these fibroids, kama ni genetics, how do we also go about this?
Is there prevention?
When it comes to that? How do we balance our hormones, to the natural way? Like, and also women who are struggling with these issues, their mental health is not okay. So how do we come in, me coming in to help them? Like, I might not be able to do the therapeutical part of it, but I would love to have someone of that kind in my team to work with, because as much as we are healing the physical, we also need to heal the emotional part and the spiritual part here. So my dream is to see that women are not suffering in silence. And acha ianze na sisi, even as women, if you're struggling with something,
just
speak
talk
up,
about it,
break the silence, because the first step of even achieving all these other dreams is speaking about it. Because if I'm just here and I'm the only one speaking about it, haitakaa kitu serious. But if we can come together, create a community of women who understand what we are going through as women, then the first step ni hiyo kuongea. And then now the other step is anyone who really feels like they can support what we are doing has Golden Eagle Wellness, because at the end of the day, it's just to make sure that these gynecological issues, especially for fibroids, people understand what fibroids are, how to deal with them naturally, like how to also avoid that knife. Unajua, acha ikwe the last thing. Yes.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing your story, for sharing some of the solutions that we can input in our daily lives, and also for being that space that a woman can come to, and a girl can come to and feel understood and feel seen and feel heard, and also get out of that experience with a solution. Because it's okay, yes, tunaweza ongelelea, but tukiongea sinataka solution.
At the end of the day, as much as we are creating awareness, lazima ikuje na solution at the end of the day. Like if there are people who, like, especially the women in power, like I've tried to approach a few. Maybe I'm using the wrong method, but let them also be reachable. Unajua, when it comes to talking about some issues, isikuwe ni kama it's important. Unajua, let also be willing to be reachable.
I've been in the sexual reproductive health space for 10 plus years.
Wow.
I don't necessarily do what you do. Mine is different. It's on advocacy. It's on, pushing for access to information, for access to health services, especially for young people, adolescents and young people, especially young women. And you might think just because a person is a woman and in leadership, they would take this up as much as you'd want them to. It doesn't always happen. And it's okay. The thing is, as long as you're doing something, already umeenda 10 steps from someone mwenye ana complain tu na afanyi kitu about it.
I agree.
So as a young person, if you're out there and your probably your love is on social issues, passion yako inakuwa kwa social issues, si kwa probably vitu zinaleta profit saa hiyo. Because for you it took some time before hata watu wakujue, wakuje waamini unaweza kupea pesa. Because ni watu wangapi tunaonanga huku na tumadawa akisema sijui anga there's a drug for all ailments on this planet. That's a lie.
Even for someone to trust you from UK or Italy, because I've done sales even outside the country. Mtu anakutrust anakutumia almost 150K.
That took time.
It took time.
That took time. So as a young person who wants to impact something, an issue, that's a social issue, and you're wondering, is this even something I should get into? Is it something that I can cash on? What I will tell you is that it will take time, but eventually it does pay off.
Yes.
And you also see people you have impacted directly, wanakuja kwako wanakwambia, hii kitu imetusaidia. So don't be too hesitant to get into it. You will get people who can support you to keep going.
True. They always come.
Are you open for mentorship? Can young people reach out to you?
Yes, I am.
You're open.
I'm open to that kabisa, because I can't work alone.
Yeah.
If someone is really interested and they would want this kind of mentorship, I'm open to that.
Awesome.
Yes.
Any last thoughts for a budding social entrepreneur out there wondering, guys, sasa mimi tena nianze hii? I remember I have a friend of mine, we met someplace akiwa na marafiki zake, nikawambia venye, my heart has always been in the community. There was a time I had an opportunity of getting a job, like a regular 8 to 5 job that has a good income, which would have been okay. But I also got the opportunity of doing a project in the community, and I opted to go to that community project, which was not even guaranteed. It was an interview. And a person who does not understand where this comes from, haizi elewa ni kwa nini uendi kazi. So these friends wakaanza kuniambia, what you're doing, mi hata sioni iki make sense. Unafaa uache, uende ukatafute kazi kama watu wengine, wache kushindanga hapa ukituomba pesa. Because the other thing is, si ati nakuomba pesa ni kule. Nakwambia, we have 100 girls in Dandora who don't have sanitary towels. Can you help support those girls? Hata unanipatia, 5,000. Hiyo 5,000 naenda pale kwa duka nanunua napeleka. Ujanipea the transport, ujanipea. But I really love doing this, so I go ahead and do it. But people don't always see that.
People don't always see that.
So as a young person,
like it's for your own personal benefits.
As a young person, if this is the route that you are feeling inakuita kabisa, do not feel like hakuna space yako. There's a space for you, and money does always come. It doesn't come as probably shika hii 100,000 mshahara every month, but it does follow.
It pays off somehow. The universe has a way of paying you,
of making sure that you're paid for.
Kabisa.
Yeah. So go ahead and do that. If you have any last parting shot for the social entrepreneur, please go ahead and tell them this is your camera.
Yeah. So my last parting shot would be, actually this month has been July Fibroids Awareness Month. Thank you for having me. And so for anyone out here who feels like whatever Jemimah is doing could really bring an impact into someone's life, I'm open to also sponsorship and donations in the initiative Golden Eagle Wellness. And for a woman who has been struggling with menstrual cramps, the crazy pains, like something that you cannot talk about, even hadi saizi. I know there are people who wezi taka tu kuonekana umebeba pad, akimi naeza tembea tu nayo tu nimeishika hivi kama mkate. So if you feel like you're still in that space, let's have a call. Let's have a call. Wherever you are, you can reach out. Let's talk. And for someone who feels like niko na issue inasumbua, like I have fibroids, I'm afraid of the knife, I don't want to go through with the surgery, or hormonal imbalance, you have PCOS, the cysts are killing you, anything reproductive health, kindly book the one-on-one womb coaching. Let's have a conversation, and let me see how I can help you, because at the end of the day, there's always a way out. So feel free to reach out. Schools, I do menstrual health talks in school, so give me an opportunity. Let's have a conversation with your girls, and it will be memorable. Hawatasahau that Jemimah came to your school and she did that, because there are girls who hata hawezi ambia mama zao what's happening. And so if as a school you can be open to that, then why not? I'm ready when you're ready. Churches, organizations, let's make this conversation normal, because for the longest time women reproductive health and menstrual health has been a taboo, but it's time that we speak up and we create a difference. And we don't have to see the results right now, but I believe by the time our vision in 2030 comes to fruition, it will not be the same story. And
how do they reach you?
My contact number is 0724 140 117. 0724 140 117. And also my social media accounts ni Jemimah Nzisa. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. But on Instagram we also have Golden Eagle Wellness, but I think the most active one is Jemimah Nzisa. Yeah, so join my lives on TikTok. Mi upiga mbwembwe hapo sana usiku saa 3. Of course not daily, but anytime that I'm going on live, nitakuwa naika poster. So follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Let's continue spreading this word. And at the end of the day, the fruits will come.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jemimah, for being here, for sharing, for being vulnerable, and for taking your story and making it a tool for change. I wish you the very best in everything that you're doing, and I hope we can come back up at 2030 tuongelele where are we?
Yes.
Who came? Who was there to support you?
I know, right?
Can we vote for them again? Because saizi hatutaki kuvotia watu wenye hata watusaidi.
Ama to review 28.
Haijalishi. Whether 28 and 2030, tutarudi hapa.
Tutarudi tena, we have a conversation. Yeah, because I believe a change has to be made.
A change has to be made.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been another episode that brings you value. If you're a woman who is experiencing pain, who is going through issues, if you're a girl going through reproductive issues and you're thinking you're alone, you're not alone. We probably don't talk about it all the time, but we are going through maybe some of the things that you're going through. So speak out, reach out to someone who ako kwa situation yenye uko. Jemimah ako hapa ameongea. There's probably someone else umeona kwa social media ameongea. Do reach out. Thank you for being here, for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. I read all your comments, so please do comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you'd want to see here as well, and recommend them, and let's see if we can create this magic. As a social entrepreneur, go ahead and do your social entrepreneurship. As long as you're on it, you're making a change.
Sure.
Your bold path starts now.